Hi, my name is Randy Rolfe, and I'm an independent consultant with Nikken. And this is a half-hour presentation to continue your discovery, your process of information with Nikken. And it's sponsored by, not by the company, but by us distributors, because we want to share the amazing opportunity that Nikken offers for active wellness and entrepreneurship, home-based business. And I'm going to share a PowerPoint with you, and then we're going to share some stories with our special guest, from our special guest. So Nikken is really a better way to live. It's a whole lifestyle that you can adopt as little or as much as you want, but it's an amazing gift. And it really affects people, planet, and profit. Quite amazing. The thing that is most important every day is to make those small choices that add up to a happy life. And that's a compounding effect of daily choices in every area of our life. And this graph is actually one person's experience in 24 months to actually change their life, to get healthier, more freedom financially, more time freedom. And the small choices we make every day affect everything: income, health, relationships, happiness, and success. And it makes the difference between humans being more and a person not achieving their potential. And humans being more has been Nikken's model from the very beginning. And their little symbol with the hands up in the air, it represents that, humans being more. So the Nikken choice, and we ask you to make that choice when you get fully informed, is for active wellness and collaborative entrepreneurship. And it's based on a philosophy that was developed by the founder back in the early 70s, that true happiness and health depends on healthy mind, healthy body, healthy family, healthy finances, and healthy society. All of those pillars of health need to be in balance and abundantly nourished in our daily lives. And the success that Nikken offers is the progressive realization of that ideal of having balance in those 5 pillars of health. And so what gets in the way of that? It's stress. Stress in every area of our lives, worrying about health, our finances, not having time for family, not doing meaningful work and contributing to our community. All of those things add stress, and it's a chronic stress. And what I found when I was a family counselor for 20 years is that finances are the most everyday present stress for most families. And it's because most of us earn our income in areas that we can't leverage, where time equals money, and there's only so many hours in the week. If we're an employee, we only get paid what the employer thinks the time is worth, not what we are worth. And if we're self-employed, we're the last to get paid, and we have to be there. If an employee doesn't show up, we fill in, and if we don't have an employee, it's completely dependent on us. And yet 95% of our population makes their money that way, and they only control 5% of the country's wealth. So to get financial freedom and lower that huge stress point, we need to move to the other side of this 4-quadrant diagram. And that is to have something like a franchise, like a McDonald's franchise, to own a business. And of course, we're not advocating McDonald's diet, but they are a perfect model of a system that works. The only problem is it takes a couple of million to actually get financial freedom owning those businesses. So we're looking for a way to have something like that with a turnkey system that doesn't take $1 million to start. If you want to be an investor like the fellow here, Warren Buffett, you need millions to start with. So most of us don't have that to invest so our money works for us. But 5% of our population control 95% of the wealth. So we want to, if we can, move from the left side to the right side of these 4 quadrants. And what's happening today is what we call the gig economy, that more and more people are cobbling together incomes that don't depend on one corporation taking care of them, because that doesn't happen anymore, but on-demand availability for temporary assignments or part-time assignments or home-based businesses. And the millennials are embracing this. It's obvious from the growth of Uber that people who have jobs are doing extra work, putting their cars to work to earn money. And the gig economy increases our mobility. A lot of people have online jobs. Amazon is proving how important the internet has become in how people earn their money and spend their money. And working from home is cost efficient, low cost, and more work balance, work-home life balance. And so we think Nikken is the ideal gig economy because there's a very low cost of entry, just $99 to associate with Nikken and get your business set up and then invest in the wellness products that are the core of the business. And it's easily integrated into your life. It does have a turnkey entrepreneurship system like McDonald's, but it doesn't take $1 million, and an amazing leadership development and support program. And what we as Nikken entrepreneurs do is we are able to leverage our time and our investment by helping others do the same thing. And so we're leveraging the efforts and time of other people and helping them to achieve their goals. And that's the way we achieve our goals. So it's a simple system. You join Nikken and get your products, and show and share your products, ask people to join us as customers or consultants and entrepreneurs. And Nikken does all the heavy lifting. We are really the marketing arm, sharing the good news of Nikken's amazing opportunity and products. And then Nikken rewards us extremely well. When I discovered Nikken's technologies, the whole idea of the wellness home had not come about. They still had magnetic insoles and magnetic sleep pad. Now they have a full wellness home, and it's all based on nature. It's science dedicated to replicating nature. So I fell in love with it because I already knew the dangers of electromagnetic pollution from our electricity in our homes and our wiring all over our neighborhoods and our highways, and now Wi-Fi as well, that is distorting the natural energy fields, and that actually increases the stress we have to deal with every day. So nothing works as well as it should if we were out in nature. And we know this because when we're on vacation, we go to nature to restore ourselves. So Nikken's products do that for us. And it's a true pathway to active wellness. It also acts as a cash flow engine because once someone is a customer, discovers the value of these products, then they get as much as they can afford at the time and start building their wellness home. And we have consumable products they can order monthly. They can get products for the rest of their family and their friends and find additional users. And the company's always innovating too. There's going to be some new products coming out in the next month or two. So it's truly amazing. They're all doing millions of dollars of research every year to find out how to support our bodies naturally for self-care. So it's a purpose-driven business model, and if you're watching the screen, there's a little picture, a core circle of influence with you at the center, or me as with my wellness home, that little symbol of a wellness home, and then we attract 5 or more customers who are eager to build their wellness home, and 3 people to work with us to collaborate as home-based entrepreneurs. And then we teach them to reach 3 people and 5 wellness home builders. And it grows. It's truly amazing. And we help each other through what we call the ABC system. New person is the B, their sponsor is the A, and the person they want to present Nikken to is the C. So you bring C to one of these webinars, and the A or the B if you like. The support system is amazing. It's not like a typical corporation where there's competition and you try to keep the other people from going up the ladder because there's only so much room at the top. In Nikken, it's quite the opposite. Everybody above you wants to see you succeed because Nikken pays them according to how huge their organization is. And if you're in it, then you are benefiting them. And we all work together as well. We have 7 billion people and only a few 100,000 consultants. So we have a long way to go to make this world a more wellness place. And this picture is a picture right out of nature. If you are the seed of an apple, there's no telling how many apples you can be responsible for if you're properly nurtured. I love that. So this is a scheme, I call it the cone of possibility. If you're at the top of the cone, you have your wellness home and your 3 leaders and your customers. And when they find their 3, that's 9, and each of them have their customers, so that's 45. And if they are spending $100 or more a month, then you are already at a leadership level at $500 a month income that Nikken pays directly to you every month. And your retail sales are actually paid weekly. And then when those 9 get their 3 leaders, that's 27, and that pushes you to the gold level and so on. So you get paid on all those levels. It's a truly generous compensation plan, one of the best, or could be the best in direct sales. And the whole range of rewards, retail profits, cash bonuses, lifestyle bonuses, personal rebates, group overrides, and leadership bonuses. And if you're thinking about our business, we can go into all that detail. Now we're going to talk about the products. Again, it's all about choosing a good lifestyle every day. And I'm going to introduce Hattiejane for a moment. Hattiejane will cover the products for us. So let me, I'll unmute you, Hattiejane, and go back.
Thank you, Randy. My name's Hattiejane Derricott, and I am also a consultant with Nikken and have been for many years. When my health started to make itself known 20 years ago in a more obnoxious way, I was looking for a plan B because nursing, it takes a bit of time and effort. And also, I didn't want to be a 70-year-old little old lady with all those young folks that are now and would be in nursing at that time. So I looked for something else. I went into massage, and that is great. It opened my mind and my world to so many more subtle energies than we've been able to deal with our hit them over the head with drugs and surgery. Now, how does Nikken do that? Well, Randy, would you show the products for me?
Hattie's muted.
Aha! How about that, folks? Can you hear me? I'm unmuted on my end.
We hear you, Hattiejane.
Thank you. We go through, okay, why would someone in general health want to know about Nikken? Well, we all are exposed to stress. We all need to sleep. We all breathe. And water is an essential element. It is not a beverage choice. It's an essential element of our well-being. Here, the next slide, and will come up, and it reflects the fact that, okay, if we're purchasing, we're probably able to afford it, so therefore we must be older than small. Our children are being exposed to even more pollutants than we ever knew about. And not only that, but it's showing the trend of obesity already, so we already can see right around ourselves how our health has changed and how we need to take responsibility for making better choices. And how can we do that when we're doing the best we could do? And the next slide shows, coming up, deals with the fact that we want to be healthy by choice, not by chance. And how does Nikken do that? It does it by providing very specific, the wellness home, which puts it all in place. So when you are living at home, you are in a wellness environment. And then you have specific ones if you need it for your body. Like I need one on my back because of my own problems in a physical state. And then my allergies are tremendously helped by the Total Wellness Home. And then also I have products that I wear on a continuous basis because my body likes the reaction it has to these individual products that make my body feel and operate healthier. And examined by the way my health is going. And so our nutritionals are really neat because they're based on organic food products. There are not chemicals in there, and how they are processed are very clearly organic. And we're very carefully monitored by outside sources, so we meet those standards. And every single ingredient has a recommendation. Do you take a teaspoon of that, or do you take a capsule of that? Or do you use a bit of this cream on your face, or that one on your hands, or that one for your joints? Well, every single product is exactly what it says in the information, because we held ourselves, Nikken holds itself to the standard of being that strict about how much is in it, where you can be a marketing things and say you're organic, but it's only 17% in order to put that label. Then they go into the water. Again, water is not a thing that you should drink, it's the thing that you have to drink. And when it's mixed with other products and food, you do get some aspect of water, but you don't get the quantity and the quality of water that you need. And so Nikken has put it into what we can drink at home and cook with and live with, and then what we can take with us and drink when we're outside from every basic city source or train source. And we can then come back and have a re-cleansing shower. I've had one before we leave. That then our skin, which is a major organ in our body, also the absorption. And oh, it feels so good, and it smells so good because they don't have chlorine in it. But more than that, it goes through the mechanical aspect of also going through a magnetic field, which then makes it really absorbable and breathable by our bodies. And then we go to the core, the original core of the Nikken landscape, which are the insoles and the sleep system, and the things in which can support your body, and our Mag Duo. Those things were around when I started. They're still around. They keep improving them through the technology knowledge that we have today and the manufacturing capacity, and they've stayed just as effective, if not more so, than when I started. And my body feels really very, very comfortable, and I'm able to get up and walk and be comfortable and be about my activities. If you happen to have seen my face, it looks like I've got sunglasses on. No, it's because I'm sitting outside in my animal's veterinary. And so I can do my business wherever I am. And that's what is so neat. And the people that I'm with on this conference and all other conferences we present on Zoom make it a really family environment. And we are literally, what Nikken afforded me was an introduction to how my body felt and how I recommend this business to you highly, 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 because it is so much fun. Because if you like helping people, if you like exploring what science has brought to us and what the Japanese from years and years of life knowledge and expertise, come check us out. Randy, who have we got today that's going to join us and tell us about their experience?
Yes, I want to introduce Jay Tadlock. Thanks so much, Hattiejane. I love the way you share the products. It's all about the benefits they bring, because Nikken's done the research. And get with the person who sent you here, who will show you the packs that you can get, so you can really build your wellness home from any direction you want. So welcome, Jay Tadlock. I really appreciate you being our special guest today. And I would love you to tell us about how you discovered Nikken, what your background is, and why you're embracing Nikken.
Well, I'm really glad to be here today. My journey started about 2010, and at that time I was working in security at an airport where lots of pollution. And so consequently, my aches and pains got the best of me. And so we invested in a sleep system and the water, and I use the insoles. My wife Argula uses the insoles. We don't go anywhere without them. And then a number of years later, I had to have surgery on one knee, and found that I'd literally wore my knee out that I'd had replaced like 3 years before. As they say, when you get a replacement like that, it's supposed to last anywhere from 10 to 20 years. Well, my knee was guaranteed at 25, and I wore it out in 4.5 years because of all the walking that I did. But it was the benefit from Nikken insoles was immense. I mean, I had people asking me, you know, I was wearing a back flex one day and they saw this silver thing in my back of my belt, a couple of friends, and they're going, what's that thing you're wearing? And so I explained it to them more, you know, and it's about sharing. It really is. The biggest thing in my life, for those that don't know, I'm an amputee, what they call AKA, above the knee amputation. And so I had my leg amputated 3 inches above the center of my knee, my left leg. And it was due to a post-operative infection. And most people, on average, do not live through a septic infection. When it goes so seriously but wrong that your body is literally being eaten alive by a disease, it's really hard to control. Well, they just said, well, the leg's got to go, otherwise you're not going to be here. And so that was, you know, the biggest thing. But just to kind of move forward a little bit with it, was that after 2 surgeries, they did the amputation. And on my 3rd surgery, as I came out from the operating room, I had a stroke and a heart attack, all within 30 minutes after I came out of surgery. Well, I attribute the fact that I had been using Nikken nutritionals, drinking the water, so my body was clean except for the fact that I had an infection. And magnets. And I used the magnets, sleep system, everything that Nikken has kept me going. My doctor to this day says he doesn't know why I'm alive, but he wouldn't listen to me anyways. He's one of those kind of doctors that don't listen to natural things about. But he's a great doctor. He did a lot of good for me. And my current background is I'm a science teacher. So I get to use Nikken a lot in my classroom. And it is so much fun because the kids want to know more. They're going, I've never heard of this. How does this work? What is it going on? You know, when I put the waterfall into my classroom, I don't like kids going out and getting water in the hall because I don't know how far they're going down to the water fountain. So I bring the water to them. And just so that you understand, from my background as a teacher and seeing what's going on with kids that drink water in my classroom, after 3 weeks of introducing the first 3 weeks of the kids in my classroom, the first thing they would do before sitting down, they go up and get a drink of water from the waterfall, then sit down And every so often, they couldn't throw their cup away, otherwise they didn't get another cup. They got one cup in that one cup class. Yeah, but I saw so much change in their focus. And that was over just a short period, but I had 134 kids that actually I saw go from failing to I had a large percentage that passed above a B grade. And so just the water alone changed their focus in my classroom. I had hardly ever an issue with anyone getting out of hand because they were more focused. They weren't excited. They weren't what you would call ADD, ADHD, hyper. Okay, I did have some of those kids, and when they drank the water, they were calm. They were able to focus on the lessons. And so I know from my experience in the business world, my original background is in business education. And so I got tired of teaching adults. So I went to teach kids in school. And I have a lot of fun with it because they then see what's going on around them and they get excited about it. And that's fun. And so we can do the same. I know we can do the same thing with those that we meet every day and get them excited just as well. And we've been involved since 2010, and I wouldn't change a thing. We haven't done a lot with it, but I know that being able to have the time to build a big business and commit ourselves to it makes a huge difference on what our life is. And I'm so glad that I was able to come and share this with you. The other day I talked with Elaine Matthews, and I spent 45 minutes going over the same thing, but we talked about other stuff that I was able to help with. So in the short time that I've been in Nikken, I have a library, literally a library of testimonials of products helping people. And they do. It's just share something and you never know what's going to happen.
Thank you so much, Jay. It's truly astonishing what the products can do, and you have so many of your own personal experiences. My goodness, and it just shows that it gives us the personal support. Even if we're working very closely with the medical world, we can do our side of it to get better sleep, to get relaxation, to get detoxification, to get nutrition through Nikken and hydration. And I love your stories about, you said you hadn't reached that many people, but if you've got 130 kids that know that good water is essential for their comfort and mental acuity, then you're helping a lot of people. And yeah, your story's amazing, and everybody can benefit. You don't know how much you can benefit from Nikken until you use those products. You don't know how good you can feel. When I started, I had no complaints at all. I was nutritional. I guess I slept well. I did a lot of exercise. I was sure that I was taking care of everything, but then I learned that Nikken had a way of putting us back in healthy energy fields, and I'm like, let me at it. This is great. And when I saw what it could do for others, it even helped me, which shocked me because I thought I was as good as I could get. But I didn't get tired running, I didn't get tired swimming, and I didn't lose my balance when I was climbing a lot of stairs. All kinds of neat little things happened. And so I knew that it could help people who had the kind of needs that you had with some of your experiences. And I think there's nothing out there like Nikken's Wellness Home. And I used to be an attorney, and as a corporation, I was a corporate lawyer. And so I know Nikken as a corporation is so strong, and it's almost 44 years old and in a second growth phase. It's absolutely amazing. So thank you, Hattiejane and Jay, for being our guest this week. And I'm just going to go back to a couple of quick slides to end our presentation. So let's begin your new success story with active wellness, living a life in balance, and sharing with us collaboratively if you wish as well. Become a customer. Start anywhere with the insoles, as most of us started, like Jay said, with the water, like the kids he's teaching. The nutritionals, as Hattiejane said, are fabulous. And you can become a part-time entrepreneur in one of the best gigs on the planet, or even develop a full-time career, fire your boss, or whatever you want to do. So it is a better way, and we really encourage you to learn more, to get with the person who invited you to this webinar, and get on the other ones. There's one tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. There's one Tuesday nights. There's several in the middle of the day. So ask your sponsor about those opportunities and just absorb, because the harder you look, the deeper you look at Nikken, the more value you will find. It's truly amazing. So thank you again, Jay, Tadlock, and Hattiejane for helping out. And I'm going to end the recording now, and it will be posted on my YouTube channel, and I'll send it out to everybody so that they can use it as their A for their ABC.